Yeah, peace. Yeah, just random thoughts, random speech. A lot of times that's why it's good. It's good to journal. It's good to write things because a lot of thoughts, a lot of good things I think about sharing. About myself, my journey, or just things that I constantly I kind of figure things out. Constantly. As I encounter different things. That come my way. Just come through my reality. Um, but I really be digging on a lot of mind control type things that we fall into, and but I do when I ponder on these things, I also think about how that we get tricked into going in certain directions. Whether it be the what's going on with the things in politics, just society in general. People's opinions of certain things being maneuvered and being guided a certain way. All of this type of stuff is very important. To stay on top of. Even just on the tip of just making sure that your opinion is your opinion, making sure that your thoughts are your thoughts. All of that stuff. That stuff is very important for one that be conscious of. Because you're getting opinions and thoughts coming from this way, from that way, about every little thing, trying to really to change us into to change us, and also, but before we are changed, we are desensitized to a lot of things. So just being aware of that, just being aware that everything that really comes through your reality is something really to guide your mind towards something, thinking a certain way, because through these thoughts, we are creating our realities. So you constantly got to be, careful about what you're saying. Of course, being careful about what you're doing. What you're engaging in. All that kind of stuff. What I mean, is very, very important. It's for especially it's for everybody, but people who claim to be conscious and are aware of a lot of different things. You have to really be careful about what you're doing and what you're saying. And I advise myself and anybody who want to listen to just really to stay on top of that. Don't get lackadaisical with that in any time, like not in just especially for these times, no, for all time. Because before we became conscious about this, that, or the other, we should have been aware and alert at that time, but we wasn't, and we suffer because of that. The same way we suffer for lack of knowledge. This is why we live whole lifetimes. Well, a person like me definitely has lived whole lifetimes having negative thoughts about a lot of different things, or having just the wrong thoughts about stuff. You know what I mean? And just coming into a chapter in my life when I'm aware of much more now because I've learned, and I'm operating in my own energy and my own thoughts and controlling my thoughts and all that kind of thing. I'm in a much better state now. But I just know that this is the way for anybody who wants to be free, live free. You gotta you gotta be sure that you're thinking the right way. And I ain't telling nobody. I would never try to tell nobody how to think. I would just try to start off and say, just make sure you're thinking with your mind, and you're not thinking with a hijacked mind, or you don't have some type of hijacked mindset that was given to you. The same way, I don't have. Be careful of taking on heroes and leaders and things of that nature, of people that are given to you. That are given to you. Make sure you know something about who and what you're dialing into before you take it all in and say that that's something good for you to be on, or to be associated with. You know what I mean? And that's basically where I'll be like, putting my energy into at all times. At all times, ain't no time of the day when I'm sitting around thinking that I don't got to be dialed into the right things. You know what I mean? Because we're constantly being bombarded with negative stimuli, and I know it to be negative, and the way that things are really set, the way they got things set up, where as though like if you speak against certain things or start speaking a certain way, hey, they already got it pegged. You know, they already got that whole situation set up for you to be like you the one, you look weird, or you saying something crazy, or you off your rocker, or whatever the case may be. But you got to start thinking about that. Like, you know, everybody, you know, that comes out, the people that come out as warners, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Most of those people are being warned against. You know, people get warned about them people. Oh, don't fall into what such and such is into, or don't do that. They're always one of them type people that's think everything is this and everything is that. Like, you know, like you got to be worrying about everything, whether it's the food, the air, the government, this, that, and the third. Well, all that stuff is important. You know what I mean? And you can be misled in all those things. Are just a few things that I just mentioned. You know what I mean? Because dealing with government and what you perceive government to be, you know what I mean? If it wasn't important, then why would all of these millions and millions of dollars be spent on people's opinions and people's beliefs being pushed a certain way? You know what I mean? So that goes to show you that's important. Also, you know, a lot of us at this point in time, we know now that eating good food is very important. And if you're not eating good food, it can be very detrimental to your health. You know what I mean? So these are important things. So if you hear about somebody speaking and advising or just giving advices about certain things, you know, I know that I listen. I don't take it as just, you know, I listen. Point blank, I listen. You know what I mean? And we ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. But in order for you to better yourself, you got to change yourself, and you got to change by doing things differently. If your health bad, and you know you got to start eating better, and you got to start exercising, then you know you got to change your life, you know, certain lifestyle habits. Whether you know you could do it quickly. Some people can do it quickly. Some people take them a little bit longer. But one way or the other, you know, you got to change something in order to get a different result. You know what I mean? And we in a time where people are activated. You're not being activated. You got people that are activated and have been working towards having a free mind, because you ain't gonna free your body up unless you free your mind. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I move. You know what I mean? And I advise anybody who want to listen, you know, to move like that. Not like me, but move with your own thoughts, your own purpose. You know, all of that. If you don't feel like you want to. You know, you want to have a disdain or have a hatred for somebody, then don't have it. You know what I mean? Then don't let somebody talk you and tell you why you gotta dislike or hate something and all that. Have a free mind, and when you got that free mind, then you'll be able to sort through things the best way you know possible. I kind of dance around certain things because, you know, I'm still in a certain frame of mind too. You know, whereas though, you know, we are fearful of speaking a certain way because we think people want to look at us like we weird or we crazy or we talking too much about certain things or whatever. And you know, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But I know one thing: I would never want to go backwards. I would never want to go back to being in a sleep state of mind. I ain't never gonna want to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never want to go back to just being somebody who can be moved around with entertainment, sports, over sexing and all that. I ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody. You ain't conscious in the mind. You ain't if you still on that. So you know what I mean? We are regular people. Everybody's regular. I don't care if you're rich or you're poor. And we all have regular lives, you know what I mean? And how we live in it, you know what I'm saying? Whether, you know, okay, we dealing with people, we have family, we have jobs, whatever, you name it. And we all have to, you know, you want to function inside of these realities with a conscious mind, with a sound mind. And That's really basically what I'm talking about. So that's just I'm just dialing in. I'm gonna start dialing in on my phone, just like I write my logbook. You know what I mean? When I log in, you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna start logging in a little bit more using this great device that I have, and I'm gonna start using it a little bit more frequently and to my understanding a little bit better, using it a lot better. So stay sharp, stay sharp. Make sure you're thinking and you discerning. You know what I mean, with your own mind and your own thoughts. And I'll see you soon. Peace.